Hey guys, welcome back to the Hustlin Horsepower YouTube channel. I appreciate everyone that likes and subscribes to the channel and follows along. This week, I think I missed 2 days of getting videos out for y'all. A, I wasn't feeling so hot, and B, we had some friends that came into town, and we spent a little bit of time with them, and we had some other stuff going on besides just doing race car stuff. Unfortunately, no, everyone needs that balance. My balance is a little bit skewed because this is what I do, this is what I love. And I do it a lot because I do like it a lot. And it is a struggle sometimes, and it's getting hard to do it in like the economy right now. But at the same time, if this is what you do, this is what you do, right? And you just keep on pushing forward until it comes to a point where you physically can't do it no more. But it's getting harder and harder and harder, and you got to make more and more sacrifices. But it is still a possibility, so we're gonna keep on pushing on. So here we are. Last night, you don't see, the bars aren't tacked in, but I started working on the whole back half of the car. That anti-roll bar is just mocked up in there. I gotta get used to doing this camera thing because like your hand moves in different directions. It doesn't move in directions. It's complicated, right? Because the producer of Hustlin Horsepower ain't all that good. So here we are. I got the rails back in here, and there's a reason why I did it this way. One is for aerodynamics of underneath the car. Two is weight and stuff like that. I had a guy message on the page, or message on the YouTube thing, make a comment, and he was asking, well, why are you trying to take out weight out of the car in the rear? I said, I'm trying to take out weight out of the car everywhere I can, because then I can make certain, because of leverage effects and weight in motion, stuff like that, I can make a small amount of weight do very similar work as extra weight. So the lighter you can make a car, the better off it is. Now I still do feel that there is a certain threshold of like that sweet spot for like back end of the track weight, which is heavier than a lot of other forms of racing. But just because of weight bias and stuff like that, just because the rates of acceleration in different parts of the track, I feel like you do need a little extra weight in certain areas to work the tire and work everything as you need. But I could do some really cool stuff that I'm going to try to start really working on this car. So I'm going to try to make this car probably 300 pounds lighter than the homegrown Hustler. I don't know if I could do it. The homegrown Hustler was built like a brick poop house. But this car here, this thing's going to be a little bit lighter, a little bit more, what's it called? I think I took about 20 pounds, 30 pounds out of the rear. The cab probably weighs 10 pounds, probably 10, 15 pounds lighter than what the homegrown Hustler weighed. Motor plates are going to be slightly smaller, save a couple pounds there. Steering column and stuff like that is all basically the same weight. Axle is essentially the same weight, but the way I'm doing the chassis and stuff like that is a little bit lighter and a little bit more lighter, I guess, a little bit more compact. So this is a little bit of an update. I'm gonna get through and I'll make a couple more bars here, guys. I'm sorry for not getting out a couple more videos for you, but sometimes you just can't do all race cars and snacks. So gonna get back after it, working on the back half. I'm hoping to have a basic roller. Now this is gonna be pushing it. I'm hoping to have a basic roller by this time next week, 7 days. So guys, Caden's over here. He's cleaning up the anti-roll bar. He's sandblasting it up a little bit. He's cleaning up the anti-roll bar off the homegrown Hustler and getting that ready so that we can start putting it in the chassis. I decided to, I'm putting the frame rails at 20 inches, so in case I decide to do the 4-link down the road, we have that ability. And it also gives me a little bit larger section to fit a big tire on this car if I want to. So that's what we're working on right now. And it was his last day of school, so he should be over here a lot more often. He's been over here pretty often the last week or so. And Friday or Saturday, they're racing 704 Outlaws and so on and so forth. But that should be a pretty cool deal. His dad is racing out there. Nigel with Brutal Speed and Tuning is heading out there, so it should all be pretty good. We're just getting after it. So I'm gonna get back working on the frame, and we should have a video out for you today, updating y'all on the process. I machined up the brackets, got those nice and fit. You saw a little bit of the info that I put out in the last video, talking about the instant center and stuff like that on the brackets and the adjustability. Once I get these frame rails in there and the rest of it all tacked up, I'll go through and I'll show in a little bit better demonstration as to why the way I did it. So guys, here we are with Race Cars and Snacks, and he says, well, your fitment's kind of close.
It's closer on the other side than it is that side.
That's fucking damn near perfect. Guys, here we are. We got Race Cars and Snacks over here to the right, and Sexy Rexy in the back. And then we have Lila, Joe, Becky, Maddy, Lady Gangster, who else? Oh, and Sleepy all back at the shop. And we decided, well, Race Car and Snacks said he was feeling like it was snack time. So we're gonna head and get some ice cream. We'd probably be better off just buying a gallon of ice cream for everyone, but oh well. It's a warm day out. It is 9 o'clock at night, and it's 87 degrees out. So we're gonna go get ourselves some snacks, cold snacks. And what do you think? We eat everyone's by the time we get back? I
You're hungry, I'm hungry, so we'll make it work.
We'll make something work. Yeah. Are you eating your snacks? All right, ready? So we got our piece of tubing. Where's our piece of tubing at? Oh, where is it? All right, so we're gonna go in here, mark this. We know it's 1.5 inches, right? Diameter. So we'll go about like 3, 4.5 inches, whatever. So I can roll around the tube a couple times, right? Go about like that. All right, you go cut that line out with the scissors. I'll go get the tube. Did those scissors suck? It doesn't have to be perfect, dude. Just chop it. Tell them how to mess up.
What?
Teach them how to mess up a couple times first.
Oh, you're not making new decals, are you?
Decals? No, we're messing up other stuff.
Huh?
Not decals.
Maddy said you're not allowed to do decals.
Oh, I'm not good at those. Put another one here.
So maybe you need to touch. Yeah.
Come out. All right. So here's our notch. Our piece. Because this one's going to be not very complicated. This one's going to be kind of complicated. This one's going to be super long. Okay. Alright, so go through here. Cut this sucker. This scissors kind of stuck. You could admit it.
They work.
Kind-ish.
Somewhat.
So now we got our tube, right?
Yep.
Now we're going to go try to fit this sucker on the right angle.
You gotta get in there and float a bomb in a few times.
Ready? Boom, boom, boom. Now we know our angle is on that angle, right? So we can go over here.
What the hell are you doing?
That's cheaper than two.
That's a good idea. That's a real good fucking idea.
How much you say chrome line tubing is a foot now, Nick?
$14 a foot right now.
Per inch, 5/8, 90 watt?
Oh, 83, yeah. Okay, so now we're like this, right? So
What did it used to be?
It was $4 a foot not that long ago, right?
yeah, it's 14 right now. 14, 15 bucks a foot. The 33, I built that for $525 a foot. Profile to that profile, it's not close. We need to lay it down a little bit more. So this is gonna have to come in here.
Yes, it is.
And see how this is on a different angle? Like this on a different angle than this?
Yep.
It's always going to be that way when you're really laying one down because the way it rolls over, right? So like, we're getting close. So this is going to sit back there like that. It needs to lay down more. So. Right?
Closer.
Pretty close, right? Pretty close.
Probably need to go a little bit more.
Probably need a little bit more. So let's go through. We'll switch this to the bottom where it's going to be. That's about to there, right?
Are these
Okay.
lefty scissors?
Truck race.
Okay.
We went to that.
See how this is about the third of the tubing diameter? Like third of the way up? Like halfway's here, right?
Yeah.
That's about a third. So that's about the right overlap that we need. But it's still a little bit, see how this is flaring out a bit? You want this to look pretty circular all the way. Like if you wanted to, if you're really unsure, you could do something like mild steel, something that's a lot cheaper, right? Like for tubing wise. And you could make it out of mild steel or aluminum or whatever you have laying around. That's gonna hold its circle.
Yeah. Pretty good way to do it though.
Oh, to tell you what I think I'm gonna do.
You save yourself a whole lot of money.
The front slide out.
Because if you screw this up,
Yeah, it don't
we
matter.
wasted a little bit of our time, not a bunch of money, right?
Yeah.
So it should be pretty close.
Has a little bit of gap on this side right here, but on this, yeah, no.
So we'll
it
fix
needs to
it.
come down a little bit more on this
Yeah.
right here.
We'll do that once we do it. I'm trying to leave it a little bit extra material in there, so that we could clean it up with the tubing, right? Because then once we copy this onto here, plug this into here like this. Slide this sucker onto here like this. We take the burr off this, yeah. Yeah, we do.
It's very hard to get on, but it's not a perfect circle.
We'll put it up on the outside, right? I'll show you. See how that lays in there like that? Look at it from this side, okay? You'll see about a third of the tubing. You're missing about a third of this tubing, right? When you pull it on the side profile here. But there's always going to be that point right here is one of the hardest things to find. That's your point where the tube profiles change, where it's going to like start cupping over it, like over center, right?
So you need to have it about a third.
Yeah, it's about this overlaps this tube about a third, but there's always going to be an area where like this is going to come down to zero. You can't keep this profile in the same because like it just doesn't work that way. So it's probably going to be something like that.
Pretty cool.
So we're going to set this up to center. We'll do our same thing that we did over here, right? Set this up. We know our top. We set this just like this. Got your Sharpie? Oh, I got mine. I gave like 4 Sharpies today.
You didn't give me none.
Alright, that's the top, right?
It's YouTube, you can tell how you want to.
Alright. So this is the apex of our tube, right? The top of our tube. Right?
Yes. I guess so, Dad.
Boom. We're gonna try it something like that, and we'll probably have to notch it back a little bit more, but that's okay.
It might need to come back a little bit more to line up with the bar, but
Probably.
yeah.
So here, when we go to do this,
You'll cut it right there.
We're gonna cut it with the cutoff wheel, okay? Then, when we go to look at this, we're gonna make this is like this distance, right? That's about like that distance there. So we're gonna clean this up a little bit. And we'll cut it up so it's basically a mirror image of this side. You wanna see? Okay. There's our approximate line there.
Now, I know that this guy is laying there like that, right? So we're going to go through here. Clean that sucker up. We'll mark our line on top. Here. Make sure that this bar is in here horizontal. 9 degrees, right? Basically 9 degrees. Yep. So, this bar has to lay here. Perfect, right? So we have to go through and take off our blue line here and here. Lay that sucker in there nice and flat. It's not far off, though. It's not too far off. It's just, it's right there and then, yep, cut it around there. Right. That's really nice and decent like that. Maybe I'll go through here. We gotta drop this sucker in here.
Ready? I'm gonna teach you something. We got our spring still set up. Want to grab the camera? So we'll set this to 0. Okay? Because we know this is that far there. Set that to 0. Actually, I'm gonna be looking at it this way. So that's set to 0 this way. Whoa! I hit the wrong button. Now, come over here. This will show us the angle the bar's going to sit on. Put it up here like this. Look, how much angle do you think that is right there?
It's probably less than 45 degrees, right?
10 degrees about.
Yeah,
A very, very shallow angle. That's why that notch is so long. Generally, you don't have bars at that angle. So, we come up here, put this tube on here like this. As long as I'm not a complete jackwagon, right?
It should be 10.
Right now we're at 13, right? Gotta lay this sucker down a bit more. Okay? We're about 3 degrees off on our angle. So we need to get it down to
About 10 degrees.
right down to there. Okay? So we're definitely gonna have to take this sucker out here. These high points, we're gonna have to take them down. Guys, introducing Mullet Man. Mullet Man. When's Mini Mullet gonna start stopping by?
I don't know. I gotta talk to him. But
So Mini Mullet, he's about your size, well, like half the height, half the size. He's about half your size.
well,
He's got long black hair.
he's about as tall as you because I'm like an inch taller than you, and I'm an inch taller than him. So he's the same height as
He's
you.
about the same height as me. But he probably weighs what, 98 pounds?
Yeah.
And he doesn't talk. I got him to start talking though. You can probably get him to talk.
Nah,
That's Mini Mullet.
he's shy. But,
He's a shy guy.
Yeah.
But I think he's smart.
Sometimes.
He's smart, right?
Yeah.
I think he just refuses to talk. He just doesn't like talking. But we're gonna get him to talk here before too long. And then I think we're gonna start Mullet Man's garage.
No.
What do you think?
No. I already got that covered.
You got that covered?
Yeah. I got the GoPro in the truck.
Secretary Rexy is about as loyal as they come. 4:30 in the morning, stays in the shop till I'm walking out. Come on, buddy, let's go. Time for bed. Come on. We'll be waking up shortly. Come on, buddy. Come on.